welcome to Two Brothers in a Van. Two Brothers in a Van. We're not brothers.
We're not brothers and we're not in a van. We're in my living room.
We're in our living room.
We're in our living room.
You remember.
I like ownership. I pull in all the fucking bills. I pull them all in.
It's true. So that is one of your hosts.
My name is Brodes. Dr. Master Professor Brodes, actually.
Some people call him Ryan.
Literary star.
Mostly people that don't even know him call him Ryan. Sorry.
It's okay.
Your name's Brodes, and I am your other host, Rodrigo.
Gonzalez Bishop.
It's
his real name.
So what we're doing here is we've decided to start a podcast.
Starting a podcast.
And tell them why, Brodes.
Oh, well, because I'd be walking down the street, and you know me, Brodes, Dr. Master Professor Brodes. That's Dr. Maester Professor Brodes. M-A-E. And they say, Brodes, why don't you and Rodrigo have a podcast? And I say, huh? And then they say, you're so animated when you're together with him. It's like, sparks.
Right. And this is...
Sparks.
I'm pretty sure this...
You feel about the sparks?
Okay, so what he did, his hands, he threw up them in the air, and then it looked like an explosion.
It did.
So this is the interview you had on The Daily Show, right?
No, this is me I'm always interviewed.
Oh.
I'm always walking down the street sometimes,
right.
And whether it's an interview, or I'm just walking down the street, or, in the store, the clerks and stuff like that.
They ask you stuff.
They ask me interviews.
Well, yeah, I mean, as you all know, we're very famous.
We're all famous.
We have a lot of movies we've made, books, music. I mean, mostly you. You're the breadwinner.
Well, I'm the breadwinner, yes.
And I'm just his rock.
The author of many, 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 many books.
Many books.
Yeah,
all
17 Emmys.
17 Emmys. Because that's for books?
It's for books.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard because you can't get Emmys for books.
Classic.
But I do give it a try, and I win it.
Right. So I mean, you've seen his.
But
name.
we are accomplished musicians.
Right.
You want to tell them about our musicianship?
Right. I play the flute, and Brodes plays the accordion.
And sometimes I get some acorns and I put them in a big shaker and I go. And I'm also percussion. That's the only way. You gotta stick with nature, fellas. Always lead down the path of nature. Nature knows best.
We're technically EDM, I think.
Well, some people call us that. I was at a college campus doing a talk recently, and they said, "What about your EDM?" And I said, "Fuck you with your EDM, Dimitri." And I had flashbacks. It was terrible. And then I said, "Sorry." I read letters. Which is hard. Who writes fucking letters? They wanted one. It's not even an email.
Right.
It's terrible.
I mean, that's right.
I did pen and ink. And I lit a candle. That's the only way I've been introduced.
Was there gentle music in the background?
Well, yeah, there was. It came from the outside windows.
Right.
Yeah.
Longing
windows.
Heart-filled music.
But anyways,
so
what were we talking about?
So we're doing this because all of our fans have said that...
Oh yeah, so they see me on the street and I say, I don't know, that's a good idea. So I come home after getting groceries, drugs, and then I get home and I say, Rodrigo, why aren't we having a podcast, man? Why are we having a podcast? And for days, Rodrigo was like, telling his friends and family,
Right. Okay, so...
have a podcast.
You said the word friends.
Yes.
Friends, when Brodes says friends, he means fans.
Maester Brodes.
Sorry, Maester.
Maester
Brodes.
When
he says friends, he means fans. We only have fans. We're very famous. We have so many fans. We have like 5 trillion.
Everyone's our fans.
Followers.
5 trillion followers. And those fucks in fucking, I don't know, Chile. Don't listen to it at the very end. like basically the like Antarctica. Those guys, they don't want us. I don't know why.
It's odd. So we're kind of doing this podcast because we're trying to reach a more diverse audience. We have the world right now, but the Chileans,
yeah,
the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
they're not about us.
They're not about us. So on this podcast, we're gonna be going through many a segment, a plethora of segments. You might hear the same segment once or twice.
You will hear the same segment once or twice.
And so
we don't have all day, people. Fuck.
We can't just make up segments like every so often. We have jobs.
I have a lot of shit to do. I have creative fucking prospects and things. I have books to read. I have books to write. People to see. Interviews. So many interviews. Everybody wants to know what's what.
Right.
With this guy.
So you'll hear some reoccurring ones.
Yeah.
Boot. I think that we should start with our favorite.
Our favorite? Oh, do tell.
I'll tell them about it.
You don't want to tell them about it?
I'll tell.
Okay.
So this segment is called Getting Serious About the Odd Realm.
I'm sorry, I interrupted your singing.
That was your singing.
Well, it was good though.
Okay, so all right. This segment is what we do when we really want to just
introspectiveness.
Take it down.
Getting inside. A day in the shadows.
A day in the shadows. A night in the soothing mind goo.
Yes, a night in the soothing mind goo, bubbling under the Mother Luna's toxic rays. And, whirlpools probably too.
Right. So we're going to go ahead and start this segment. This segment is where we talk about some weird stuff.
Ghosts.
Seriously.
Demons. Existentialism.
Porcupines.
Drugs. And
so
what else do we do?
So it's mostly a segment where we like to get serious and talk about weird stuff. So I think that this was a great segment to start with because the day that we're recording this, if I heard this in one of your clerk interviews.
Oh no, it wasn't in the clerk interviews. Oh, no. I write a column called the clerk interviews, and what I do is when I'm at the Trader Joe's or at the Sprouts or at the Clarkies, I come down around and they say stuff like could you please fucking take your card out of the slot? And then I answer, and I write all of these answers down, and the questions and everything like that. And it's really great. And then I turn it into the New York Times, and they publish it. And it's great. It's realism at its best.
At its finest.
That's one of my
New York bestseller.
Yeah, New York bestseller. So, the clerk interviews. So it's me with a pipe, and I have glasses on, round glasses, and there's a big dog next to me. He's got one tooth missing. So,
this segment we're going to talk about today is the fact that the day that we're recording this, you're supposed to die.
Yes, as reported on Google Earth and the New York Times, I do believe, did a segment on it.
Yelp.
Yeah, I was on The View, the ladies with The View. We did an interview with them about it. You can hear my. I'm good. I'm sorry.
Let's.
Rodrigo bought alcohol. Getting emotional.
We don't want to trigger you, but we do want to know. You're supposed to die today.
I'm supposed to die today.
Tell us about it.
Okay. Well, here we go. Okay, folks, strap on in. We're gonna go some weird places.
Strap on in.
And now, what I must do, what I have to do is I'm going to have to. Okay. This is one of my acts, okay? One of my great acts. Normally, I am this fun and fucking, just like
bubbly,
joyful, bubbly person, I get things done. I go in, I go out, I go up, I go down, things like that. Words said, words taken back,
I've always said that about you.
Yeah, you always say that about me. You do. Oh, it's the big billboards. Yes.
Tell them about it.
Oh, well, see, what we do, a good way to add, we think billboards are a dying pastime. So we do as many billboards as we can. I write them myself, as I am the most legible hand in all of America. And so what I do is I climb up and I write these billboards, and then I paste our faces on them.
Our faces?
Paste the faces.
And then he beautifies the face with some classics.
Eyeshadow compliments Rodrigo well. I do a little blush on me.
We have
something kind of good.
We have a lot of billboards. That one you could probably find in like Tustin area, right? Near
Tustin. It's near Tustin. That one's near Tustin. It's a good one. That's one of my favorite ones.
It is a good one. Okay, so tell us.
Oh, you want to do? Okay, back to my act. Okay, so this is one of my great tricks. Okay, so what we do is we go from it's two because I'm schizophrenic. Okay, so I have to go from Ryan. I have to go from Brodes to Ryan. See, he's already leaking in. Dimitri, please get my meds ready.
Okay, Dimitri. Okay, so you'll hear us say this name very often on the show.
Dimitri, tell me about Dimitri. You deserve to get mentioned.
I'm sorry, Dimitri is our sound guy.
He's got bad
sometimes you'll hear us like ask him to look something up, or he's the mixer. He's kind of does all the dumb stuff.
He's a mute piece of shit.
But so he's
got
really,
no class.
He's real bad at his job. We hired him because he was willing and able.
He can and he able.
So anyways, you'll hear us say his name every so often. Don't think that we've forgotten the other person's name of this two-man podcast. It's just the other guy that does all the backgrounds.
Yeah, he does all the backgrounds.
Anyways.
Dimitri. I hate him. Okay, anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition from Brodes to Ryan, and then immediately after I will be administered my antipsychotics, and we will go from there. Okay, so.
Tell us.
Okay. So, it takes a little bit. Just give it a minute, fellas. Okay. So there I was. Okay, I was sitting in bed.
Yeah.
Just sitting in bed. I had just gotten done writing one of my first books. The greatest of them all, actually.
Love it. What's the title?
It's Never Mind. Should we?
4 times.
Yes. It's uplifting, to say the least. And then in the back it says, no! Really big. That's the big, the big antithesis.
So you were writing that book.
I was writing that book,
Yeah.
I was, at the time, I was injecting Adderall and shooting, methadone.
Okay. Just normally.
I just started doing heroin, but I thought methadone was the best step. Cut the middleman out. Kind of a thing,
Right. You're normal.
Young genius.
Right.
Skipping steps, getting places. Anyways, so there I was, just riddled the fuck out. Just riddled, Adder-riddled, methadoned. And there I was sleeping in bed, just kind of,
You knocked out after hard days of work.
Hard days of work, genius work, just absolutely 100%.
For sure. That's got 4 Emmys?
The work of a pure angel.
Something crazy.
Yeah, that's all it was. So anyways, so there I was, okay. It's sinking in, okay. So I was, so I started a dream. And in the dream, I'm coming home from a wedding.
Okay.
I just know this. It's fucking dream logic. It's just obviously, I'm fucking walking down the street, and there's those things that people are building shit, and you see in cities, you're this is great tunnel. This is great. It's really changed up my sidewalk walk.
Right.
These bars and stuff. There's woods. I don't know what's right here. You never look there. You never look to your right.
Not in the dream.
No, not in the dream. You just keep walking.
Right.
And then so you're like, I'm coming back from a wedding. I come around the block, and there's this house. And I see it, and I'm like, yeah! So then I go on in, because it's a fucking Disneyland ride or something, and I go inside, and immediately I come into the living room, And I kind of walk in, your average kind of like big, scary house living room. There's Victorian furniture places. It's covered with things. And then there's these like bees, these buzzing balls of red light, these little balls of red light. And they like attack me, and they pick me up, and they land me into this big armchair, and they just vibrate all over me. And they are like communicating like fear into me, like they're like putting fear into my body. And what's interesting about that is that so like people with sleep paralysis have experienced something similar like this. Well, it's kind of like sleep paralysis. People have talked about orbs. People who like have really like I have had sleep. Brian has had sleep paralysis before,
right?
And he so I've never had that. But people like when I was like trying to learn about it, like people do report like these orbs that like are the antagonist,
and they all report it like similarly.
Similarly, people who have the orbs. It's really weird, and I have never had them, I guess, except for in the dream. And so, but also people who have done DMT have reported that. I've never done DMT, but like I've noted like people report like these orbs. Terence McKenna, the great fucking guru of the psychedelia, the great psychonaut of our time, dead now, fucking
recipes.
He would talk about these balls of light, these things, and he would call them like elves, these elven balls of light that would speak and communicate through vibrations and stuff like that. So
that's interesting. So people who do DMT and like people who have experienced sleep paralysis experience both of these things that they're pretty much the same in different situations.
And that's really interesting.
There's got to be some tie, right?
Well, the tie I think is DMT, because when you sleep, you produce more DMT. That's what gives you it comes from your what is it? I think your perineal gland. I think that's the wrong word.
Dimitri, look it up.
Look it up, Dimitri. Please look up.
Do your damn job.
Please look up the fucking part of the brain that does that.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways,
Dimitri.
So there I am. I'm like getting attacked by these fucking bees.
Yeah.
And so I'm like tied down by these guys, and like I'm 14 when this is happening, maybe 13. And so eventually I break out of this thing, and right directly in front of me there's this staircase. Like I was lifted up in the middle of the living room, put in front of this armchair, and then like the bees let me go. And I go up this staircase, and then I'm in the top of this. I go to the top, and there's like this attic there.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like an upstairs, I think, but it's like this really, really short attic. There's like books everywhere, like books just like stacked and stacked and stacked, and like other things that I can't remember, but just like it's a cluttered room.
Yeah. And
then there's this really, really big bed, dimly lit, over it. That's the only light is over by the bed.
Okay.
And then there's this old lady, and like just like obviously it's a dream. So all of a sudden I'm sitting on the bed, and there's this old lady kind of sitting down like by me, and she like looks at me, and she looks like my grandma. So in my mind I go, she's my grandma.
Yeah.
Like I think I told you at the time when it did happen that it was that like she told me that she was her grandma, that she was my grandma, but I just knew that she was my grandma. Like that was like
just dreamed into your brain.
I was just like grandma, but she wasn't like any of my grandmas now. Like obviously, I thought like maybe like all my grandmas are alive. And
but she didn't look like
that. And I guess I haven't brought this up. If they hear this, maybe they will like, yo, yeah, actually. I hope not. Then I'm like staying indoors. But so anyways, so she lifts up these books, and one of them says says August on it. It's just AUG dot.
Yeah.
August. And on the other one, it says 26 in the middle, big in the middle. And then on top, there's a year. No, wait, no. On the bottom, there's a year. On the bottom, there's a year.
Yeah.
Can't remember the year. Big problem.
That's a problem.
Big problem. You'll find out why soon. Can't remember the year. And then, even bigger problem. On the top, there's a day of the week.
Oh, dang it.
And so, either in my head, like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are kind of like, yeah, maybe those days. But like, so I don't think it's any other day. Okay. But like those days are like, it's probably one of those. So anyways, so I leave the house.
Right.
And just like after that, I'm just like, great, and then dip out. It's fine. That's not a big problem. It's okay.
That's normal.
And then I go down to the street, and I'm like, I'm walking back, and I was coming back from a wedding.
Right.
Obviously, so I'm like, gotta get back to the wedding. And then so I walk back down the street, and then I see Connor Flack. Who
the great Connor Flack.
The great Connor Flack.
Right.
As
seen on...
advertised in the newspapers across America, first debuted on CNN, Fox News, and also all the other ones that don't matter as much right now until our government splits and we kill each other. But we'll see.
So he's in your dream.
So he's in my dream. He's the architect. He's the great architect.
Right. Oh, the great architect of our time.
The great architect
beautiful.
of our time. 100%.
All right.
100%. Anyways, so I see him, and I'm like, hey, man. Yeah, I'm friends with him. It's cool. And so we're walking down the street. I tell him all about, that's wearing off. And so I tell him, I'm like, this is what just happened in there. And he goes, oh, shit. Yeah. Actually, I got this, I think that's the day you're going to die. I think that's the day, like I was told, I can't tell you, but like that's the day you're gonna die. And then so, and then that was it. And then woke up and just wide-eyed.
He has
one eye.
He has his thumb and his index finger
just open
on both eyes, with all of the other fingers up.
Just fucking glued open, and then just hysteria after that.
Right. So okay, and you haven't died. Have you?
I don't think so. I don't know.
You're right.
That's a big ontological question.
Honestly, maybe you have.
Dead or no?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
actually, that's the title of my 5th book. Dead or no?
Or no.
Dead or no? Yeah, that one did really well. Didn't get an Emmy, but it was made into 17 movies.
17 different movies.
17 different movies.
In like spans, like decade spans apart from each other.
Yeah, it was like the first one was in the 40s,
right.
2040, and then the second one was in like the 50s, I think, and then they invented a time machine, and then someone made one in 1930, I believe, which caused me to be born as this character. And
that's the thing that we haven't told you. We just want to recognize that today is August 26th. 2057.
Yeah.
Just for the books.
Yeah, just for the books.
Put it on the record.
Yeah, 2057.
So
it'll be on the fucking podcast date. We don't date.
Sorry.
We don't not date things. Are you a savage? Are you a savage? What did your father teach you anything? Any etiquette?
So you haven't died.
No.
And we're doing the podcast for the first time today, aren't we?
Yes.
Wow.
That's all it is.
That's very interesting.
That's all it is. So anyways, yeah, so first off, then that movie, and then like that caused a butterfly effect, which caused my parents to fuck. and then I got to be this thing. And it's great.
Congratulations.
And now I have this personality. And it's fabulous.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. So I created myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I think we'll end that segment on that note. And we're actually going to go on to our next segment.
Oh, we are?
Okay. Right. Thank you for sharing that, by the way.
You're welcome. Dimitri, antipsychotics, please. We all getting a bit.
He's also our butler. So, okay, next segment. Okay. This is a good one.
Thank you, Dimitri, you piece of shit! I'm sorry.
He's really bad at his job. We all know.
Only fucking 3 pills here. How am I supposed to fucking freebase these, Dimitri?
So our next segment. We have. I love this segment. This is when. All right, next segment. What things? All right, I'll let this happen first. You good?
I'm good now.
Okay. All right, next segment. This is great. I love this one.
Yeah.
This one's called, what things do you think about that penetrate your brain right at the second that you're about to poop yourself? You're using all the muscles in your body to not poop. What penetrates your thoughts?
Well, I don't shit often because of my heroin habits. But, it gets you constipated, the opiates do.
Right.
That's why
we all know this.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really into enemas. At least because it opens you up. Titillation,
Titillation.
So, anyways.
All right. Tell us.
Are you asking me?
I'm just opening it up to the floor.
The floor.
That's what I love to say. We actually have that on another billboard. That's over in
opening up to the floor.
That's over in San Diego area.
Yeah, because they're more a respectable kind of a people there. If you look around, you go, oh, this is awful good.
This is
San Diego.
So, okay, this is just a thought I had. Mm-hmm. A segment that we do.
Sounds like you.
So tell me, when you're about to poop yourself, I mean, the cat's almost out of the bag. Mm-hmm. We've got little beavers coming out to check if it's time to play.
Yeah.
Diglett. He's
Doug Trio. You got Doug Trio.
Okay, coming. That's even more accurate. Doug Trio.
Bam, bam, bam. 1, 2, 3.
It's coming out.
They struggling for life. Who's gonna come first? We all know who's gonna come first. It's that
so
one guy.
Tell me, we've all had this in our life. We've all had this in our life.
Yeah.
What penetrates your brain? Besides the fact.
You want to know about it?
Besides the fact that you can't poop yourself.
Okay, you can't poop yourself.
What else?
Some boundaries I can't. Okay, hold on. You're really building some boundaries there that we can't. Okay. We got one. We
all right. Go ahead, tell us.
Okay. So, there I was.
There you were.
Talking to the computer. Well, sitting at the computer.
Beautiful.
Before my brain had grown to the size of what is now recognized as a genius. Sitting there, entertaining myself.
With what?
You want to know?
I do.
Well, it's Age of Empires. The old game. In this game, fellas and friends.
Age of Empires?
Yeah.
I didn't know that you played that.
Yeah, Age of Empires. I was really good at it in that I made all of my own rules, as I do now, and carry it on. It was a teacher of a sort, a shaman. A shaman for who I am today. Something that really ingrained into my DNA.
Playing Age of Empires. And you shall have the caveat as we continue, and I'll tell you why it got so deep into my nucleic acids. Okay, so there I am, and in this game you get to control a whole civilization. Wow.
So you're like God, and it's really fucking cool. Because, well, you know me. You know the bullet points. On the Wikipedia pages.
I've studied them day in and day out.
Day in and day out. He knows all about it. Well, real quick here, just, friendly reminder, this here's Rodrigo Gonzalez Bishop.
That's me.
He knows all about me. But besides me, there's also him. Don't know if you realized it.
I'm not a genius.
He created the time travel, which created the movie that went back into 1931, which created me. So, I only exist because of him.
Pretty much, I give birth to Brodes.
He gave birth to me.
Put it on the record.
He's my mom. He's my rock.
That was a high five.
That was a high five. That wasn't no dudes fucking. Just one.
Although I really wish it was. What's up?
Stop.
Okay, so you're playing Age of Empires.
Yeah, so I'm playing Age of Empires. And so, I didn't even tell. So he invented time travel. He's an accomplished engineer. He makes, he was the best architect until Connor rose. Well, Connor's kind of like he's like a really he's like a
staple
dictator architect, like we have to build shit like he needs to.
Right.
I don't really know why, but like everything looks like fucking, Caligari's fucking cabinet outside. It was fucking crazy. I don't know where he got this shit. Some say he went nuts. I don't know where he gets the money or who he mind controls. He's also a mind control specialist, Rodrigo is.
Right.
Yeah.
So just a little plug here. Rodrigo for World Architect, not Connor. This is for 2058.
Coming up in the election, right. 258. It is
just coming. A little plug. I'm sorry.
No. Plug away. No, yeah. So really, he is my rock. He lands me solid. He births me. He has birthed me. It will happen again and again and again and again.
And this is how it works. I'm sure you'll figure out with as the podcast progresses. But so, anyways,
We're omnipotent. Just so you know.
So you were playing Age of Empires.
So playing Age of Empires, and so, okay, there we are playing Age of Empires.
Yeah.
And I'm explaining it now, and here we go. And so, okay, so. Playing Age of Empires. This is a game where you build a civilization in old England time, and then you make them, and then they do stuff, and then so my favorite feature is you can fucking rally them up, fucking cattle them bitches into a big fucking thing, because you can just pay, you can just fucking select, drag and select all the people you make.
Right.
You can just make people on a fucking whim as long as you have the right amount of money, which is really, really real. You can, as long as you have the right amount of money, you can fuck like bunnies. So that's what I was doing. I was fucking like bunnies, fucking A key, enter. That's what I was doing.
Making people.
Yeah, making people, girl, boy, 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 girl, boy. It's my favorite song. Also released, it's
a single. We've done most of our things together, but I don't like to talk about it.
Well, Rodrigo did the percussion on it. He didn't use the acorns, though. I did the percussion. So anyways, there I am.
Right.
Playing Age of Empires, fucking rallying these people up about to. So what you do at the end of this game, my game, it's not the end, it's just a fucking recurring pattern. So what you do is you can fucking just drag and select all the people that you want, highlight these bitches, and then you can direct them to go places. So I take them out into the middle of the wood, and I build a weird little sacrifice thing that looks like a sacrifice, but it's just a church. But I implement my own meaning onto it, because that's how things work.
So isn't
that fun?
You're rallying all of them up in the forest.
Yeah, but in the cross in this reality, it means a whole different thing.
Okay.
Whole different thing. It's great.
This is all in the game Age of Empires.
Yeah, they're not going inside. So they chilling outside the church in the middle of this wood that I've had, and they're like, "Why are we here?" And then, upon the question,
what do you do to them?
No.
Oh.
It comes. The great thing in your brain that says, "Yo, bro, you gotta go. You gotta go." And I'm like, oh,
gotta poop.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
It's peeking. Oh, jeez.
It's peeking. Honey boo booing.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why that's a verb, but anyway, so I get the call of the wild. And so I don't know what to do, I gotta sacrifice a bunch of fucking people.
Oh, you're gonna sacrifice them?
Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice them.
Oh, jeez.
Well, yeah, what did you think was gonna happen?
I don't know, a Christmas party.
There's no Christmas in this world.
Okay.
No Christmas.
I'm sorry. Okay. So
Christmas hasn't happened yet.
You're sacrificing all these people in a virtual game.
In a virtual game. Well, yeah, I'm a psychopath. Psychopath, sociopath, accomplished. Oh.
You're so humble too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm really humble.
You're a genius.
I'm a genius.
You're beautiful.
I'm humble.
You've got great teeth.
Great teeth. Courtesy of my mom.
So you're sacrificing all these people.
So I'm sacrificing. I have to poop, but I don't care. No, it's not. It's too early in the game for this. It's my colons game. So it's too early in the game for this. So then I fucking ready. A quick highlight of the whole crew.
The crew.
God's about to be happy. I'm the god. So then just and then slow motion finger. You can see it.
His finger is slowly.
We just got really realistic SpongeBob about this.
And lower.
And then just. And then I hit the key. And then they all fucking died.
So you haven't pooped at this point.
I haven't pooped at this point.
Okay.
And they're all dead. But wait, hold on.
Tell me about it.
In the distance,
Uh-oh.
a straggler. A stray. And upon their bones rotting, because like this game is like really going through time really fast. That's the one way to do it.
Right.
So like a day is like a minute.
Yeah.
So like they rot really fast and like like fucking them worms getting feasted.
Right.
And so by the time their bones, my brain's like, bro, you gotta go now. And then I'm like, Colin, fucking stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
So that's what penetrated your brain.
Wait, no, I'm not fucking done.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. So, yeah, he exists now, Jesus. So then I'm there, and I'm like, I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
But then, I'm peeking. I'm honey boo booing.
Right, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's starting to stink.
It's starting to stank.
Okay.
The one he knows he's coming, and so there he. Then I see in the distance, out of the corner of my eye of the computer screen, I see a straggler running away. Like, yo, the fuck? The fuck was that shit, bro? We can't have that.
Right.
We can't have that.
Wow.
And so what I do is I just go highlight him and I kill that mofo.
So you didn't poop.
I didn't poop.
Wow.
Because that shit was touching cloth. But I didn't care. I didn't even know about it. That motherfucker had to die.
So that segment.
Motherfucker 25, 15, the path of the righteous man.
Thank you for that. I think I agree with you. I think that the only time that I really only think of anything else when I'm about to poop myself is while playing Age of Empires, committing genocide.
I think so too.
Alrighty, so our next segment. This is wonderful. We're rolling here.
We really are rolling hard.
This is a short segment. This is a very very good segment. Our fans love it. I know we're just starting this podcast, but our fans love this segment. This segment is where me and Brodes, we just interrupt each other with things that really don't matter.
Do you think Dimitri has any?
Do you think
heroin?
that I really like teeth?
What? Yeah.
Do you?
When you grind them up.
Does your nose ever?
You ever grind
Vape
up
Nation?
some teeth and fucking snort that shit with some cocaine?
That was that segment. Thank you. That's one of our favorites.
It's one of our favorites.
We
it
love
really is. Bow. Everybody, bow.
One bow.
Bow. It's great. It's polite. It's polite. Everybody, you must bow.
Wonderful. Okay, next segment. We are going along here pretty fast, actually. Wow, we're only about 40 minutes.
Don't point out time to me. It's rude.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Next segment. Wonderful. Okay, this one is where me and Brodes have different opinions about something and tensions rise enough to grab the attention of the listeners once again.
What? Again?
Right.
Okay. Well, here we go.
So, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think that Mexico should just have no border and should just slowly leak into the United States without any legal consequences.
No! Absolute. What I'm gonna do. Well, what we gotta do. I don't know. But what we got.
Wait, you don't agree with me?
I don't agree with you! I don't agree with you!
Hold on.
Really quick, Bubble. Fucking. I don't know, you guys like that? You guys like that shit? Yeah, you do. Okay. So, yeah, no! Fuck that shit!
You don't agree.
Wait, what did you say?
And that was the segment where me and Brodes have different opinions about something and tensions rise enough to grab the attention of the listener.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Wow, well it looks like we're getting to it, aren't we?
Oh, we're getting to it. Where are we going?
Right. We're gonna go to some
Capitan.
fan questions.
Fan questions. Questions from our friends.
Tell
my favorite friends.
Tell them about where we receive these letters from our fans.
Oh, Rhode Island. See, with my book money, and then there's a slow violin in the back. In Rhode Island, I did buy it with a bit of my money. The money I have procured from, just writing books and making movies and making music with fucking Dimitri and Rodrigo. And so we bought Rhode Island and we store our letters there. And on occasion, we do go a-browsing. And we pick out what we want.
Wonderful.
I spent a summer there once, worst summer of my life. I became 16 different people that summer.
Oh,
just from reading.
I do remember that. That was a hard time for this family.
That's how perceptive I am. It's just from read, and then I become.
So we probably won't get to all of the fan letters, but I'm sure we'll get to enough and the important ones. Why don't we just start this segment off?
You want to start it off?
Let's do it.
Okay, so
our first letter.
I can't read.
That's right. That's something about him you should know. Brodes can't read. He can't see anything.
No.
But he's a very famous author and he's a genius. So
basically,
it's okay. It kind of.
I overcame boundaries. There's a whole documentary on it, directed and written, and also read and scripted by myself.
And scored.
Mostly scored.
It's called I Overcame Boundaries.
I Overcame Boundaries.
It's on Netflix 100.
And then there's a guy, and it's me, and he has a beard, and he's on a curb, and there's a little white dog next to me, and I'm throwing my blind cane, and I'm doing a little shrug, never mind it, mind over matter.
So
it doesn't matter.
So I'll read most of these questions in this segment.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and start off. We got a Jerry Pubes. Oh, his name's Jerry Pubes.
Jerry Pubes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of the Pube family.
The Pube family.
Of the yes.
The Pube Revolution.
The Pube Revolution.
Right.
Yes. As incited by the Pube family. Well, what they were all about was clean faces. Destroy crabs. Never again shall crabs rule the earth because of that that one winter that we had.
This was 1978 to 2002.
1978 to 2002.
Okay.
Crabs were, futile. Couldn't beat them. No way. No one knew.
Wow.
No, and then the Pube family, Edward Pube, he came and with his sword, sing, and destroyed. And so since then, which wasn't recognized really until I think 2000.
It wasn't until 2036. Yeah.
2036 was recognized. And
right.
So they're the Rothschilds now.
Right. So Jason Pubes, we welcome your question. And this is what he says.
Let's have it.
He says.
What does he say?
He says, Brodes and Rod.
What?
It's great to hear that you're doing a podcast. and that I'm asking a question before the first podcast.
Wait. No. Hold on. How could you be so colloquial? So, you buddy, you can't call him right. You don't know him, Mr. Pugh. Dimitri, fucking please insert Rigo into that shit. Gonzalez Bishop if you have the time. Dimitri. God, give me a fucking beer too.
So, Dimitri says, Jerry Pubes. Jerry Pubes says that he's been listening to this podcast for a while now. Must be a time traveler. And he says that he's a big fan of yours. So,
is he?
Yeah. He said that your first book really got him good.
Got him good.
Made him leak. Yeah. So that's what he said. He said, that really got me good. Love that book.
He's younger.
He says, he actually aims this question towards you. He says...
Does he?
He says, Brodes.
Hold him in contempt now.
Do you clip your toenails? Oh, wow. That's pretty... Okay.
Okay, pube. You want to know about my toenails? I'll tell you about my toenails. Okay. So... basically, what's going on with my toenails is you gotta trim them. You gotta keep them nice for the males, the females, the plants, the animals. You know?
Bro, wait. Hold on.
You can't have scratching during the times. You know, the up times, the down times.
Hold on. Plot twist.
You can't have them. You just can't. It's something that's gotta, be done. Grooming's important.
Right.
Grooming is important, people. You should know this of everyone.
So...
why the fuck are you asking me this? But...
so is that a yes?
But...
oh.
However, although, all these things, these things that take up space in papers. How many times can you reevaluate the last sentence? I don't know. But, what you do is, you keep your pinky nail a bit long.
Your toe pinky nail.
Yes, your toe pinky nail. Bit long.
Okay.
As so when you put your Converse on, it just tucks right in. It really does. It just like a little fold-in sled. And then what's happening next is, it's gonna get a bit snowy in here. For the cocaine. So what you do is you get inside the club or whatever you have, and then you fucking, you just grab your toenails up real quick, like all Buddha-like, and just... and then you just have a little bit of cocaine, and then fold back into the Converse, and then you have a ball.
We
speedballs.
We don't advocate drugs.
Speaking of speedballs,
we're actually drug free, the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're drug free. We've always said this. This is on one of the billboards.
We're drug free.
We're drug free.
We say we're drug free. Sorry.
We're drug free.
We're drug.
Sorry. Yeah. So.
It's one of our favorite things to say.
And that's on a billboard up.
That's
up in the desert.
We're apologetics. Us we are. Yes, too.
Because we say.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we're apologetics. We're theological too.
Yeah, actually. Oh, that's right.
Our joint books. Tell them about our joint books.
Jason, let me tell you. If you don't know,
fuck Jason.
We just
world now. This is for the world.
We just came out with two or three. It was 2.5. Two and a half books. Apologetics books, and we worked on these together. We worked really hard. This is quite a departure for the two of us, both in our careers, in our hearts, in our lives.
It was out of our comfort zone.
It was definitely out of our comfort zone.
We're conserving phone energy right now.
And so the book, it simply just says sorry. And then that's it, and that's the book. So we have...
Well, no, there's one picture of Jesus, and there's a picture of Satan in the back, and then you fill in the rest.
So that's
great. And then actually in one corner, it's a little sorry.
So go ahead and go grab those. You'll find them at your nearest 7-Eleven or
7-Eleven. AM PM is trying to buy them for this, but that's they're just trying to do our thing,
right?
You know?
Totally.
You know, it's it's
knockoff.
It's a knockoff. There you go. Right. See, this is why I have them. It's my rock. And so what theirs is called, we basically apologize anyways.
That's what they're.
Yeah, so it's a knockoff, and that has a weird picture. Has like a weird picture of Zeus, and then in the back's a picture of Hades, trying to be all fucking. And then it says "sorry" in Greek.
So go pick those up, please. Support us. Support this podcast. Thank you very much. We're actually going to go to one more question. We're nearing up the end over here.
No, we're not. Stop pointing out time. It's rude.
Okay, next question.
It's like he doesn't live in this time.
This is from a Tyler Zurcher.
Tyler? Oh yeah, Tyler.
I don't recognize that
name.
I don't
recognize the name Tyler Zurcher.
Do you recognize that?
I don't want to talk about Tyler.
Oh, you. Tyler Zurcher.
I don't want to talk about him.
Oh, you know what?
What?
Do you remember when we were sleeping for 60 years?
Oh, the sleeping for 60 years. Well, okay, so this goes back to his dream machine. And so what we were having a dream. We dreamt for 60, so we're really old.
Yeah, pretty much like 2 billion?
Yeah, we're 2 billion years. So every now and then we fucking get into this cryogenic chamber, and then Rodrigo goes, "You ready?" And I go, "Yeah." And then it goes, and we go, and then we fucking dream throughout time and space and the universe.
For 60 years.
60 years. We do this every 10.
So, And
then we come back, and it's great. It's the same. It's just this is what they say is real.
So I want to say in my memory that I think I remember Tyler Zurcher being in one of those, actually.
Was he? Maybe he's a dream person.
He might be.
Dream person?
He might be one of the dream people.
That's not cool. Okay. Who's that then?
So Tyler Zurcher.
Where are we?
I think we're out.
What do we do?
So Tyler Zurcher says.
What year is it?
He says Brodes and Kronks.
Yeah.
What? Kronks? Haven't heard that one in a while.
No, that was old magic.
Right.
That was back in the day.
He says, "Do you remember me? We used to be glorious dream friends." Oh my gosh, he said it. Wow, I could have just read and then we would have figured that one out fast.
That's how things work usually most of the time.
So he says, "Can I please come on the podcast?"
Why are you there though? Where are we? Anyways, keep going. I'm sorry.
He says, "Bros and Crocs, can I please come onto the podcast? Please, 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 please. I really want to come on. Please." And best regards, Tyler Zurcher. That's the letter. So you know what? Okay, you know what?
We'll have him.
You want
to have him?
Let's do it.
But not after. We have to have our others. We have to have our others.
Tyler, we're gonna be real with you. We've got. I don't know if you know this, but we've got a lot of really famous friends, and I know you're famous in the dream realm, but
he's not famous.
We're probably gonna have Hunter Johnson before.
Oh, we'll have Hunter Johnson for anyone. Hunter Johnson, the great photographer. He's world renowned. Universe renowned. Time renowned. The furor of image.
He is literally
destroys.
5,000 feet tall.
Yes.
He's huge.
He's 5,000 feet tall. He's got 17 cameras for eyes. Always taking images. That's my eyes blinking when I hear about him.
So Hunter Johnson, I'm sure you've heard his name before. His fan base is literally different dimensions in all of the universes that are known to us, at least.
His images show up everywhere. You might have a dream Hunter Johnson movie. You didn't know. You didn't know. But at the end, you don't remember, but it says, written and directed by Hunter Johnson. And then he does all the cinematography.
Right.
It's really great. So we'll have to have him first.
We'll have to have him.
A long bill behind him, but we'll have him.
Definitely.
We're more important, really.
Definitely.
Hunter.
Tyler, we will definitely get in contact with you.
I created my own reality. What do you do, Hunter? He just lives in it.
So Tyler, we'll definitely have you. Thanks for asking, and it's great to hear about you again. All right, well, I think we have time for one more question.
You want to have another question?
Let's have one more.
Okay.
All right. So this one comes from that's weird. It just has.
Oh.
Do you know anybody?
Just keep going.
Okay, that's a weird name. So he says, and that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
all he said. Okay.
Okay, I guess we have time for a fourth question.
I'm sorry.
Do you understand that?
No, yeah.
You do?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay, let's just skip over that one.
I had a yoga student once.
I don't want to trigger you.
He was a yoga student.
I don't want to trigger you.
He was my best student.
Oh, that's when you were teaching in Egypt, right?
No. It was in Thailand.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Teaching yoga in Thailand.
That's right.
And
Brodes is touching my hand right now.
and I had the student. He was the best student. Oh, stop. I was the best student.
Wow.
And he went against my teaching. He brought my teaching.
Let's not talk about it then. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So
it's just too much for me.
You should know we have a pretty strong relationship with Thailand.
And yoga.
As you can tell, our podcast has very good quality. We don't really have like
Shit.
it's like we're doing it on an app or on a phone or something. We definitely spend way more money on this, right?
Yeah, we spend way more money on this. I put a lot of money in this, more than Rhode Island. And so what I do...
we throw down the bills for this podcast.
We throw down the bills for this podcast.
Right, so what is it that... How do we record this podcast again?
Oh, okay, so we got 16,000 viewers in Egypt right now, and so...
I thought it was Thailand.
No, not Thailand. Thailand's where I taught yoga for those 3 decades. And then so what we do is that we filter this through a big sound studio.
Yeah.
We filter all of our sounds and everything through because I'm like an art connoisseur as well, and I collect everything. I started like most of the art scene in my district in New York and then LA.
By district he means like the
Texas
entire universe.
and Colorado all at the same time. And the entire universe. So I'm an art collector, and so what we do to get energy is that I have this dude. He's this Sudanese fella that I met, online, and so he, so what he does is he holds this big camera facing the Egypts, the pyramids.
Okay.
And so what I do is we forward our podcast through that. And then they have a reaction. They do, and then on like big screen above the soundboard, you see the pyramids real big. It's like,
okay.
And then so
we're amplifying from Southern California.
Yeah, Southern California,
all the way to
and
Egypt.
Colorado, and Texas, and New York, all at the same time.
To Egypt.
Yeah, to Egypt.
Okay.
We can be at so many places at once, and then we can't get to Egypt though, and so. And then they have a reaction to it, positive, negative, doesn't matter. They're viewing. And then so our sounds, they have a reaction, our voices mix in with theirs.
Yeah.
And then it comes back. Okay. And then we use that raw energy to record.
Oh, wow.
So it's an art piece.
So we spend a lot of money on it.
This whole thing's an art piece, really.
We do have a lot of money, though, for sure. We have a lot of money.
Well, yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we have billboards all over the place, so don't even worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's another billboard. Just has us, and we're just like, don't worry about it.
The two of us, our faces, and our faces look like kind of like, eyes kind of closed a little bit. We're speaking out the corner of our mouth, little smirk.
Little smoke in the background, like we're in a jazz club. And then really big and like I Love Lucy writing. It says, don't worry about it. And that's the end.
And that one's definitely...
That's my favorite one. That's
our favorite one. We've spent a lot of money on that one.
Yeah, we spent a lot of that.
And
great.
with that, we want to thank you so much to listening to this podcast. We got to keep it to an hour.
We only have so much time, fuckers. We can't be having this time for you all the time.
We're busy, so we thank you so much for listening.
We apologize for pointing out the time.
That was disrespectful.
That was disrespectful for us. But you know, monkey see, monkey do.
We thank you so much for listening. Please catch us on the several different 5 billion social media sites at this point.
Thank you, Dimitri.
And so... We thank you so much. We hope you come next time. And this has been...
Oh, wow.
Two Brothers in a Band. Thank you.
Wow.